council! TBC! 54!
Well,
Yeah, 54.
how you guys doing?
Where's Ivy?
Where is Ivy?
We're back.
You know what? Speaking of that, all week, first of all, it was dry. The way he came into the thread earlier this week. It's
pretty.
And he's just like, guys, I'm taking a vacation. I'm not going to be there Friday.
He did say that.
And I was like, okay. You know?
Right after.
And then after that, I'm like, where the fuck did he go? Where the fuck did Ivy go?
He's like Izzy Stradlin. Where's Izzy? Where's Ivy?
And find out only tonight. You know where he is?
The reserves.
He's at the reserves.
That's a vacation?
I think he's wheeling.
Well, it is another planet.
Well, he said he's going to the casino tonight, and then tomorrow he's going to Ottawa or some shit for something.
These aren't vacations.
Oh no, he's going to like a comedy show or some shit.
I thought we were the comedy show. I thought we brought the comedy.
We are the comedy. We are the world too.
We're the world. Anyway, how you guys been? It's been like what, a month and a half, 2 months?
Like 2 years.
Wow, you've really got good at aging. Man.
It's
it's a thing.
So I went on vacation.
He did go on a real vacation.
How'd that go?
Actually, I have a funny story. Well, it's not funny, but it's funny for you guys are gonna find it funny.
Is it copacetic?
So I said recently that like I don't want to drink rum anymore. Like I'll do trains with whiskey and stuff because I think rum makes me easily irritated. And so something happened on vacation.
Right, he was going to tell us about this.
So
Comfortable.
So I go. It's probably not that. There's only one funny part that you guys are gonna like, but anyways, for my girlfriend, it wasn't funny. So anyway, we're drinking.
Shit out of her.
We're drinking at the bar. Okay, the pool bar. I'm taking like doubles after another, one after another, boom, 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 of rum.
Oh, okay. All
just
right.
going one after another. I'm even falling off the fucking chair in the pool. You know, that stool.
The slippery stool in the water.
Yeah, so I'm rambling to people. Now Kelly and I get out of the pool to where our stuff is. Our stuff's gone. Our stuff is just gone. Our flip-flops are there, but our stuff is gone. And we had our phones in there. We had like credit card, just everything was in there. So now I start getting fucking like upset. Like instead of being like, fuck, what are we gonna do? I'm just like, I want to kill this motherfucker. Whoever fucking stole this shit. Anyway, somebody lends us their iPad so we can do like find my phone, but the phone was turned off. Everything is like not working. So now we're walking back to the room and I'm just like in my bathing suit and I'm just walking.
Huffing.
She's like, hey, I'm
Everybody
huffing.
pulls out an iPhone was going to get a beating at that
Right.
point. You know?
And Kelly's like, calm the fuck down. Stop it. Because she's drunk too. And she's not liking the way I'm acting now. Because now I'm really fucking pissed. And I'm just angry.
You're pulling a Johnno.
I'm pulling a major Dano. And then I pull a Neanderthal. I start peeing while I'm walking.
Shit.
I knew you guys would find this
Marking
funny.
your territory as you're going. All of this is mine.
Yes. And then all of a sudden she's like, are you fucking peeing? You're fucking peeing. And I'm not answering. I'm still walking. I'm like 10 feet away from her. And I was just...
Kissing and walking.
And I still remember the thought in my head, fuck it, I'm just peeing now. and like this whole thing went on. Anyways, long story short, we got our phones back and everything.
How?
Well, okay. So now I'm in the room and she's like, you're going to stay here and calm down. I'm going to go find out what's going on. She leaves. And now at this point, now I start feeling bad. Now I'm like, why am I acting like this? I shouldn't even be this upset. Like, who gives a fuck?
I should be proud. I took a leak walking.
So now I'm thinking like, fuck, I'm really being like a shithead in front of her. Because I know she's dealt with people that have had like, not addictions, but when they, like, let's say, people that she's dated.
Bad tempers.
Not bad tempers. Bad drinkers or bad druggies or just whatever, you know, that are not cool when they're on this. And I'm like, this is the first time she really sees me drunk, and this is the shit I pull. So
he goes wild with drunks. I did that once on vacation. I fucked the whole thing up because of that. And I got another guy in a hell of a lot of trouble with his fiance. He let her fall asleep under the burning sun in Mexico because I got him and I both heavily drunk and we just went off our, And he left his girlfriend, and when he came back, instead of waking her up, he just went to sleep next to her. So she woke up red like a tomato burning.
Oh,
anyway,
man.
go on. So
Anyways, the rest of the story is not funny, but just what happened is, so now she's gone. And so now it's probably about 10 minutes that I'm in the room and I'm like, I'll just wait for her. But then I get a phone call on the hotel room thing saying that they found our stuff. And I'm like, okay, where do I go? They tell me, come to the information or whatever it was. So I leave my room. I go to the information thing. They tell me.
Kelly's gone right now?
Kelly's gone.
Okay, yeah.
I go to the information thing and they tell me, oh, it's at this other resort. It's still same company, but so it's like a walk, a trek. So I fucking get on like one of those little buggies that they just bring you around. Get to the other place. They're like, oh no, it's at where
you were,
where I was basically. Yeah. I'm like, motherfucker, and I'm drunk as fuck, but I'm trying to keep it together. So in my head, I think I did well, but who knows? I was probably slurring my words because this reminds me of a story in Wildwood where when Dano broke Gino's glasses. I'm talking to the front desk. We're drunk as fuck, and I'm talking to the front desk. I thought I handled it really well. I was calm and everything. As soon as we get out of the hotel room, Boris is like, dude, what the hell? I'm like, what? And he's like, you were like slurring your words. You're like, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, I was really good. So anyway, who knows? Maybe I was like that. Maybe I might have misunderstood where I had to go. I don't know.
That's amazing.
So when I get back, now they're like, oh yeah, somebody already picked it up. I'm like, who? He's like, he's looking and he's like, I'm like, is it Kelly? He's like, yes, Kelly. I'm like, okay. So I go back to the room and sure enough, like,
oh, your stuff was there?
She was there with the stuff.
Fantastic.
And the phones were actually turned off and turned back on. And I know this because when you turn off your iPhone, when you turn it back on, the thumbprint doesn't work. You have and it specifically tells you have to enter it. So I know that's what was done. So it's just weird. Nothing was taken.
How did it get taken from there, though?
That's the weird thing.
Maybe staff picked it up.
But why?
Hoping the phones were not locked. I don't
Maybe,
know.
man, but it's weird. And so, in the fact that, anyways, whatever it is, it's weird, but we got our stuff back. I guess that's what's important.
That is definitely what is important. Very funny story, though. That's very Wildwood of you.
It just wasn't cool.
You don't get Wildwood drunk with your girlfriend or anything on a resort. It just doesn't work.
No, just doesn't work.
It's not right. Doing that, I only managed to really, really piss off the lady, like bad. And the next day, everybody in the resort, when I was walking through the pool, was like, Armando! Yeah! And my wife she's like, and I'm like, I don't know.
Just a cool guy here.
I don't know who this guy is.
When I made it to the center of the pool, the main guy that we got in contact with, that guy in Long Island. When we were in Wildwood, I was like, met a guy in Dominican. He's supposed to come meet up with us. He never came to us in Wildwood, but that guy, I did what you did. I sat under the pool bar, which has a nice awning over it, so you're not feeling the sun. And he was Irish, so we were drinking Jameson all the way through. No, I had drank rum before that with Annie because I thought I was going to be drinking myself.
Right.
So what I did is what I usually do. I said, give me about 4 shots, and then I did them in one shot, and I chugged the beer right after that. Now I know a buzz is going to kick in a few minutes, and I can hang out with Annie, chill in the pool, floating around. But I met this guy, and Annie was talking to his fiance, and I was like, yeah, okay, so Paul, let's go to the bar. And he was like, yeah, let's go to the bar. Went to the bar, started drinking Jameson. And then it got really bad because there was a wedding happening there, and we became friends with everybody in the wedding, and we started drinking with them, and then beer started coming. And the last thing I remember, the bartender said, guys, it's like 5 o'clock. The pool bar closes at 5. So we're like, oh, it's last call? We went and took a float. Those floating blue mats? Yeah. We brought it, said, give us cerveza, beer. So we loaded that with about 12 beers or so, and we took off into the pool. The sun hit me at that point. And that's the last thing I remember. All I know is my next flashbacks that I have. I was in our hotel room, talking to myself in the shower saying, you got this. And I tried to throw up and it's not working for the life of me, you know? And no, I mean, I was throwing up, but it was not sobering up at all. Somewhere in there, I got pissed at Annie. I was, what the fuck's wrong with you? You know what I mean? And really, really furious and took off. And she's recounting this to me, of course. You know? And I was like, I remember taking off. Where did I go? I told her, she goes, I have no idea. Came back in an hour. And I came back in an hour. And
you probably maybe drank more.
Who knows what happened? But when I came back, I ate and she ordered like 2 cheeseburger meals and chicken wings for me at the room service, which is really cool, but it wasn't an act of kindness. There was the Michael Jackson show happening in the thing and she wasn't going to go alone. So she's like, this guy has to sober up. So she ordered me this shit. You know, like, even though she really would have beat the shit out of me if she can for the way I was acting. So I ate that. Night went on well until 4 a.m. I was still awake. Yeah, she was asleep. I was watching Superman, the new one that at that time that they destroyed the whole city fighting. I forget what it's called.
that Man of Steel.
Yeah, you know? Yeah. And somewhere in the middle of that movie, I just sobered up, man. It's like all the buzz is like, and I realized
what I did. How that happens.
And I turned around, I looked at Annie in the bed, sleeping like an angel, and I was like, oh my God, what did I do? You know? So now I couldn't, it took forever to sleep. We woke up in the morning, she was shaking her head at me the whole time through breakfast. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. That was Wildwood drunk, you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
But when I came back to the pool, there was that whole Armando. Now my name was Armando. I don't know what was happening. Okay? And I saw Paul from a distance, and he looked at me and went, you. He said, you got me in trouble, man. That's exactly the word for it. I was like, shit, you too? He's like, yeah. He goes, and his wife was like, she's all burned too, you know? And he goes, he says, this clown, she's talking now, that I told him, wake me up in an hour so we can go back to the room and get ready for dinner. He says, no, he decided to come back and sleep next to me. I stayed under that sun and I got burned heavily, she says, right? And I got up. I was furious at him, yelling at him, trying to wake him up. He couldn't wake up for anything. And security came and like kind of escorted him, passed out back to his room. She went out for dinner alone that night.
Oh my God, you might have broken them up.
No, they're still together. They're getting married, or they got married recently. But yeah, he was like, yeah, man, fuck. I was like, hey, shit. I looked at Annie. I'm like, things could have been worse. You see, look at you. You don't have a single burn on you.
How well did that go down?
Well, no, nothing went down well after that. I had to fucking recuperate that entire vacation. And I did it right in the middle on Wednesday. So it's like, oh shit. You know, if you did it at the end, you could have always said, hey, we had fantastic 5 days at least. So I shat on the last 2 days. This was like, we have 2 good days, and then all of a sudden, Wildwood! Let's do this.
But isn't it funny how like you sober up so quick?
It was out of nowhere. Up. I was watching the thing. I'm like, oh my God, the whole thing. I was like, oh no.
That's it. You know? Like last year on my birthday, you guys were here. I got drunk. You guys left. I went in the bathroom. I was puking and everything. I was sitting on the bowl. Dude, I shat and puked. I pulled an Armin. I shat and puked on the floor in front of me. And I just, every time I would wake up,
I used the baby's bath.
Well, it was too far.
Class.
Yeah, well, anyways. And then all of a sudden, I just, like, probably after the 4th time that I wake up, I just wake up. And this time I literally did, huh. And I see what's on the floor. And I just start thinking of everything I just did. I'm like, I puked in the sink too, over here, you know. I'm like, fuck, you know. And then like I kind of get off the bowl. I see there's shit in the bowl. I'm like, fuck, man.
You didn't even flush.
No, man, dude. I remember I have flashes of shitting, puking, falling asleep on the bowl, waking up, puking some more. Oh, and my clothes were off. They were like full of puke.
You went everywhere around your apartment to do something.
What clicks in is consciousness.
Yeah, but
that's why it's like, oh
so
my
weird.
God, you're like aware all of a sudden.
It was literally that. It was literally like a, what the fuck? You know, and now like I get off the bowl. So like I said, and as soon as I leave, because my bathroom has lights and everything, right? I get out of the bathroom and I see, it's sunlight. Like, what the fuck? How long have I been in there?
I remember you telling me this. What the fuck happened here?
So yeah, so I know what that's like. It's so weird that just out of nowhere you're just like, huh? You're out of it. It's like how How did the alcohol level just go like this? There.
Yeah, dude, it was instant. And then I felt like a real dickhead. I looked at it, I was like, I started thinking, like, the first thing I thought, she ordered 2 cheeseburgers and chicken wings for me. I would have poisoned her food if she did that kind of thing to me, you know?
What do you? I think you would have enjoyed it if Annie went buck wild with wild. I think you would be like, "Holy shit! All right."
Yeah.
But then and then getting pissed at her was the best part. I got angry at her. I was like, "I'm pissed at you." Right? Like, what the fuck are you angry at? You know, like, "No, fuck you. This is ridiculous." You know, and storming out of the. Where is he going? I don't know where he's going, but he's gone. Comes back after. But the last thing I remember is when I walked at some point I was in the hotel in the shower talking to myself, being like, "Come on, man, you can do this. You can get out of this." And there was a blackout right after. You know
What the hell? That is an interesting. That's it. Yeah, blackout.
And you know what's funny? While I was on the vacation, something made me Google flat Earth.
Why?
I don't know.
bunch of fucking idiots.
Well, you know what I was thinking? I was thinking about. I remember. I think because I got into a conversation, might have been or something while I was drunk. So then this is like a sober time, and I was thinking about. I'm like, why would somebody believe the fucking Earth is flat after everything that we know? So I decided to Google it and just wanted to know like what was the thought process.
These idiots?
Yeah. And then I see, I'm like, okay, well, this makes sense, but it's stupid, but it makes sense. And like I found literally a Wikipedia, not Wikipedia, but like a wiki for flat Earth.
Yeah, flat Earth wiki.
I don't know if you ever went to it.
I went years ago when it wasn't a big, like 15 years ago.
When it wasn't a thing?
Yeah,
well,
when it was like 300 people globally.
It's so weird.
How did those people grow?
Because of social media.
That is
apparently.
unbelievable.
Because people believe conspiracy theories.
Like, I'm reading it, I'm like, because I had questions myself, like, because then I started thinking, I'm like, what if I come back and I try to, like, pretend to you guys, the guys, I'm a flat Earth guy now, and then I knew you would probably be like, no, how, you know, and you could say something, and I figured I would have a rebuttal for it. But
Did you find any?
I did, dude. It's crazy. It's
What
like
about when we say if you leave in a straight line, you know, like
right. There is a reason. Like, how come, let's say if you leave Canada, you can go all around the world, come back to Canada. Well, it's because you got to look at it as the center of the Earth is the Arctic. And everything revolves around the Arctic. So it's actually a big, giant disc. So when you go from Canada, you're just going around in a circle. This thing explains how seasons work. It explains like the sun, how the sun works.
So the sun one I always thought was kind of funny.
It is funny that it's a light.
It's a light. You would be able to still see a light on over there.
But
Not if they turn it off.
but there's pictures and it explains how night and day goes.
I know, but
it's so fucked up.
The way I like to explain it is imagine you're in a warehouse.
Who's
some
the most
dark
famous
warehouse.
person who believes this shit?
Dude, LeBron James even said that he's
Shaq believes it because he's driven all the way from California to New York and he never once saw anything round. That's his explanation.
He's pretty tall though. He can see a hell of a horizon. He can have an opinion.
So
like
if you put yourself in a dark, pitch black room, right?
Don't go. Oh.
And you just turn a light on. No matter where you go, you're gonna see that light. No matter where you go, you're gonna see that light. But regardless, I don't like getting into this.
Anyways, no, I don't want to get into it. But
you can never convince them.
Obviously, but it's just. I just thought it was funny. I was reading about it, like. Obviously, like, I don't believe, but like it was just explaining how gravity is. Like, well, the disc is constantly moving upward, and that's why when you jump, you land back down. Just so much ridiculousness. But I was reading this, and so I just got like fascinated by just the idea of like, man, somebody took the time to think of every fucking possible.
And it's always answers that you can't disprove.
Yeah, you can't disprove these answers.
That's the problem. Like even if we show you photos, they're doctored because they're trying to indoctrinate you. Like,
what?
Yeah.
And the best is Antarctica. Antarctica is basically just ice. It's a wall of ice that surrounds this disc. Yeah. And that's why the water doesn't fall off. So we're in a bowl, basically.
So then
which isn't flat.
This is the thing. According to them, there is an end somewhere.
There is an end.
Where the fuck is that? I want to go there. Show me that. I'm a believer.
Well, here's the thing.
Else it makes sense, right?
Well,
if it ends up being that, I'll be like, well, fuck, you were right. You know what I mean? But where's the end?
Well, they can just show you an Antarctic ice sheet that goes all the way down.
When it gets to that fucking wall, where's that wall?
Here's another thing. Now, this is, forget about the flat Earth, but the flat Earth map is probably the best way to make you see this. I didn't realize how fucking close. This is totally different because I was reading that book, Sapiens, that you were looking at before. It's all about evolution and how man spread across the earth. I didn't realize how fucking close we are to Russia. In fact, let me get even better. Let's make this even better.
Get better.
Alaska is the north.
Isn't it something like 20 kilometers?
Hold on. Yeah, listen to this. Okay, you're gonna freak out at this because I was looking at it after on Google Maps and I'm like, what the fuck? So Alaska, the northwest tip of Alaska is literally just 10 miles away from Russia's northeast tip.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's fucked up. But then it gets even more fucked up. Between that 10-mile gap,
distance.
Distance. There are two islands. One belongs to the United States. One belongs to Russia. And those two islands are 2.5 miles apart, which means the United States and Russia, in theory, are
North America and Russia. So
basically,
that way, is like
are 2.5 miles apart.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucked up.
So we could walk to Russia.
Well, here's a fucked up thing.
Across an ocean, but yeah.
There's no fucking ocean to walk. Which ocean?
Hold on.
The one on that. The
2.5
Arctic
kilometers,
Ocean.
we'll take a
The
boat.
Arctic Ocean.
2.5 kilometers.
But this is not even going through the Arctic Ocean. Sort of, but it's not even.
Whatever that body of water is. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, so, but here's...
Let's walk it.
But there, in looking on this on Google and whatnot, after, I've still not even done this book, but I just find it fascinating. Russia, there was a guy last year, or a couple of guys, they took two buses, they put these big fucking wheels on them to go through snow. They drove from Russia to Canada. And
I'm telling you, we could walk this fucking
How they did it is they crossed the Arctic going on like the ices and stuff. But there was one part they said that they almost didn't make it. They came to a stop and they realized, shit, there's a gap here in the water. There's no way we can get across. We're going to have to find a way and we're going to probably run out of fuel. They had like a really lot of fuel. They knew how to do this. But anyways, and they saw like a big piece like just moved or something came there. So they're like, oh,
they video gamed it.
Excellent. Let's get on it. So they went on it. And they said if they didn't take the chance right away to go on it, they said 2 or 3 minutes later when they got off it, that shit just sank or disappeared or whatever. So they would have been fucked. But anyways, once they got to the whatever Canada part they got, then they took a flight home. But I just thought that was fucking interesting.
What's interesting is around the time of the Cold War, because of how close it is 2 miles away from each other, there was supposed to be a swimmer who swam from the US to Russia. I don't know if she actually completed it because it's freezing, but that's how actually close it is. In fact, if you take Antarctica away, it's just direct.
Oh, yeah.
Take a boat. Let's walk.
And
dude, it's a boat, dude.
Yeah, it's a boat.
2.5 miles. That's
2.5
what,
miles.
5 kilometers?
Yeah,
it's a couple of these, man.
It's
and
fucked.
you're there, dude.
Yeah.
It's very
literally.
because we're used to seeing like a flat map.
A flat map, exactly.
It's actually it's a globe, so it's fucking close. If you look at other maps where Russia's on the
almost
right,
convincing us that the world is flat. You see what's happening?
no, globally.
No,
if you look at it from where Russia's on the left, it's actually really fucking close.
Yeah.
And that's why Canada.
Just Google Maps it. Google Maps it.
I've seen this shit.
Google Maps. Go all the way in. Zoom in on Alaska and go, and you'll see how fucking close. And you'll see two islands. One is a small little island. One is a big one. And it's like, what the fuck?
And the map distorts the way that like, countries look. Right. The further center you go, the smaller they look. And the bigger, the higher up you are on the map, the bigger they look on a flat map. So that's why like Canada looks like really like this. Where it kind of is in terms of size, but it's actually quite long.
Yeah, it's longer than it actually is.
It's shorter distance between the westernmost part of Canada and India than it is that province and Vancouver.
Yeah, it's really fucking
It's
nuts.
fucked.
And
long.
just imagine, and that's another thing. If like going to Norway, it makes much more sense to fly over the Arctic to get to Norway than it is to go all across the Atlantic. Like you'll freak out if you see how close Norway is to us of just going up.
Yeah,
it's
you just go up. It's far easier.
It's fucked up.
Can we walk that too?
No, we can't walk that shit.
You can't walk that. No.
I'm not going.
It's like minus 100 over there, dude.
No.
Well, at parts of the night, it's always dark.
Will work. I'm not good with that.
Your phone definitely won't work. But they say that they're going to put some stuff on the moon for Wi-Fi.
That's pretty cool.
I don't know if it'll work here because it's like distance-wise.
Oh yeah. While I was checking that flat Earth shit, that was another thing. Like they're like, this is more proof that the moon landing was fake because they can't get to the moon. The Earth is flat and blah blah blah. It's like shit, man.
So what is the moon if the Earth is flat?
I don't fucking know.
What are the fucking point of these rockets? Where are they going?
Quarter.
You know?
A quarter.
Huh?
Oh, I think they say the moon is actually a sphere.
Yeah, but where are these rockets?
Really?
That
I
we're
don't know,
man.
Oh,
They're
I don't
not sending them. It's not.
It's a conspiracy.
The more you dive into it,
The
the
more
more they
yeah,
have an
dude.
answer for you that you can't disprove.
No,
you know the way you know
everything. The only answer they don't have is where does this shit end?
Elon Musk.
What's the answer?
Sent, I don't know. Elon Musk. You know, he recently Tesla. They sent like a car into space, and they were
Parking.
they found these flat Earth people were finding all sorts of fucking things saying, look, there's a flaw. This footage is fake, and they were giving all sorts of reasons that this is just to convince us once again that the Earth is round.
I think the Earth can be flat and can have space that we can get to. They don't have to be assholes and take that away from us also. They're real pricks, these flat Earth people. That's it. That's
you
all
know,
I have to
in
say.
World War, I think it was either World War One or World War Two, because it's the Germans. They were thinking that the world wasn't like a flat.
They ovaled it out a little bit.
No. It's not that.
Made a cube?
They didn't think that we were on top of a ball. They thought we were on the inside of a ball, and that whoever they were shooting at was over here. So they pointed their things up, trying to see if they could hit. Like, you'd be inside a sphere, and all the countries were in there. So if you were inside this ball looking up...
So like you weren't like, if Canada's here,
Well,
you weren't here,
fucked.
you were like underneath.
Yeah.
If you took a
That's
plane,
just
you
fucked.
drive right into Canada. That's what
So
they're looking
they
at.
quickly figured out that, no, that is not fucking that.
We're just firing into nothing.
I actually don't know if that's a real story. I did read it years ago,
But it's
I have
really
heard it
cool.
often enough that
I hope it's real.
When I was 4 years old, I remember because I knew that I'd seen on a map that, you know, the United States is just below Canada. So I used to think that what if I go in my backyard and I start digging, I'm going to see the sky and I could fall through and hit the United States.
This guy, you saw them like this, and like one on top.
Yeah, I thought like countries were stacked or some
Stacked
shit.
on top.
But and that going in a car, because obviously I had been to the States a few times with my, you know, driving with my
You fell
parents.
through the sky. At some
No,
point.
I just figured it was like some sort of like round staircase or some shit, like the road.
Yeah.
That's a
you
pretty
know,
big one, man.
some crazy ass anyways.
Downhill, a big fucking downhill. You know.
A big fucking down. Did you guys see like last year that guy who jumped out of an airplane without a backpack, a parachute on?
Where the hell did he go?
So he was like this big fucking net supposed to catch him.
Oh,
right?
okay,
But he's
yeah.
jumping from a place where he has to hit this.
Yeah, I
net.
saw this. He made it.
He made it, but it's fucking crazy that he did it with no parachute, no backup,
Jesus
and he
Christ.
landed right in that net. That's incredible. I thought that was insane. That's skill right there.
That is skill.
Like being
And
able
crazy.
to. Oh, everything that you do that's good is skill and crazy. Think about it. You play guitar. You're crazy to do
Crazy.
that.
Crazy.
I don't get it, Fred.
I'm just making shit up
Okay.
now.
Making shit up.
All right, that was some nice different banter.
I missed you guys,
I
man.
miss you too, brother.
At the table, I mean.
Yeah, because obviously
When
we've
I
seen
see
each
your
other.
mugs, you see my mug,
I don't see your
but I
mug.
don't see your mug with a microphone under it often enough. So I miss it. It's nice.
You know who hates this shit?
Dano.
Why doesn't he
Dano.
come and say something about it?
Look at him.
He's
sulking.
actually just watching the
He
shit.
wears
Yell
Hanes
loud enough
socks.
From there, we'll hear you.
The Earth can't be flat, man. What are you saying? The argument is the Earth is always moving up, so you have gravity, right?
Yeah.
Where you keep shooting your fucking satellites into space, and if every picture is coming back like a motherfucking disc, that means they're all above us. Means we'd be running right fucking into them.
I hope the microphone picked that shit up.
There's an argument for that.
I'm sure there's an argument for
You
that.
leveled that one. That was good.
Anyways.
You gotta go right into them.
I just don't deal with it. I feel like for this year, you know, since we're still beginning of 2018,
We'll give them a little bit.
No, I'm
Not even-
letting
No.
shit go that I can't disprove.
You know what?
Fine, you want to believe that? Go
Stay
right
stupid.
ahead.
Yeah, you stay stupid, man. I don't got the fucking
Like,
time.
I would love to, you know what? I would love to tell him, like, hey, but Metallica went, yeah, but Metallica are part of the conspiracy. I'm sure they would
Yeah,
say something
that's-
like,
it's-
they're the
there's
biggest
always
band. Of course
something.
they've been to Antarctica. They're part of, like, dude, I cannot picture fucking Lars being part of a fucking conspiracy. Or Kirk Hammett. Forget about Lars. Kirk Hammett.
Kirk
Wouldn't
might
tell them
believe
it's a
it.
conspiracy.
Kirk
They would
might
just say
actually
we're playing a
believe
show
that
over
shit.
there.
Dude, yeah, man, we played on top of the wall of ice.
We were there.
We were there.
I lost my iPhone there.
Hawaiian Pat.
Hawaiian Pat.
Look at that. So
Anyway.
yeah,
Okay, go.
Shit that I can't disprove. I'm letting it go.
I like that.
Fine.
I'm gonna do that too. You know, at this point, it's like, you know what?
Do you want to believe that
world?
shit?
I give up. You know
what? Believe
You're
whatever
fucking
you
stupid,
want. You know?
and that's it.
You know, it's just like I would even end it with like, yeah, well, you smell funny, but then that's just like, oh, you see, you're an idiot. You know, you don't have a real comeback.
The best. Okay, that's it.
Or you could just go.
Interesting. Yes.
Yes.
I see your point. You have convinced me now. Anyway.
No, don't give them that much, man, because then they're gonna think you would believe the Earth is flat. They send y'all brochures and shit.
It's either you believe the Earth is flat to them, or you don't. And then if you don't, either way, you lose.
You lose.
They only hang out with people who believe the same shit.
Anyways.
Digressing. I've started go-karting more recently in the last couple months. Quite a bit, actually.
You always ask me.
I always ask you.
You never asked me.
No.
Would you wouldn't go?
I would go go-karting.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, you should come with me then.
If I knew John was going with you, I would go too.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
if I knew Armin was going, I would go too.
That's not. I take care of your
That's
Instagram,
nice.
man. That's not
That's
nice.
not nice.
That's not nice.
Yeah,
Now I'm not coming even if John's going. So I gotta stick to my
Nah, you know what? I'm not going to go now that Armin's not
that's
going.
okay. I'm still going.
Okay.
Oh, what the fuck? We're gonna come too in that case.
Jesus Christ! What kind of back and forth bullshit
we'll
is
bring
this?
Dano.
Dano, not like this.
He got excited because he thought that was the end of the podcast and was gonna have the final note, and I really did also.
Yeah, I actually thought that was going to be the end.
Yeah.
He did win the race. You know, that's what he thinks in his mind.
Well, let's come. It's 24 hours. It's only $28. 10 minutes, and 10 minutes is great. Yeah, it seems like I have a straggler in here.
There's a homeless person in John's room.
Sounds quite like a lady. You have a lot of lady homeless people around here in the plateau.
In the plateau?
A hobet.
I don't know. All right.
All right, the final confession.
Final confession.
I liked yours as a final confession.
Gonna say, you know, if you can't disprove it, just let it go. You're never gonna change anything.
I'll end my final confession with a question. What are we confessing exactly? We're not confessing anything.
We confessed what you did.
Oh yeah, I did do that.
You
You're
confessed
right.
what he did.
Yeah, that was fucking.
All right.
I confessed I was go-karting.
All right, there we go. You know what? That's it. What about you?
I want to say it again. And listen to me. Do not go wild with drunk when you're on a resort. It's not the place.
No.
Unless you're
With
on a
the
resort
wife.
with the boys.
Yeah.
That's a total different thing.
No, do not go wild with drunk anywhere, regardless of where you are, with your wife.
Unless, I guess, yeah. All right, fine. I'll give that to you.
Even if you're in Antarctica.
Take me to the end. All you flat earth people, if you take me there, you make a believer out of me. You got one more person. Straight
One
up.
more person.
Dude, if I see the end of the world somewhere, like not that end of the world.
I know
the
what you
end
mean.
of the world, you know?
The edge of the world.
The edge
There you
of
go.
this Antarctica thing. I'll be impressed as all fuck. I'll be like, holy shit, I am so sorry for thinking you're the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet. I take that back. You know, but for now it stands. Sorry. Shaq. Okay.
Well, you know what? I only have a couple of words to say to you. See ya!
Goodbye. And we out.
Wherever the rest of them.